Hi guys, this is Crossy of Eclipse Gaming TV and welcome to part 3 of the first season here at Newcastle. This is the Return to Greatness series where we try and get Champions League football within 3 years. And a few things that I've noticed going forward. One, what used to be sort of 3 games in a 15-minute part, now not so much. With the new version of Football Manager, it seems to be taking like 40 minutes to do 3 games. It turns out that I had the highlights on extended, so I've dropped those to key, and let's see if that narrows things down. Also, apologies, the first couple of parts I recorded using my laptop webcam microphone by mistake, which wasn't ideal, especially when we have got 40-45 minute parts. You could do with some slightly better sound quality, but never mind. We're underway against Derby. Had an international break before this, so about 14 days off, and unfortunately had a bit of a development. Matty James kicked off because we didn't strengthen the side enough during the transfer window and has asked for a move. In the same time, John Joe Shelvey asked if he could get some more first team football, so that's nice and easy. That's a straight swap. Let's put John Joe Shelvey in for a few games in the midfield and see how he gets on. Also, what I'll do to try and speed things up a little bit is between highlights I'll crank that up to full, to try and rattle through these games as quick as we can. Bit of a guerrilla setup. I've got my laptop sitting on my car seat trying to record this within a 45-minute lunch break. That's a commitment to you guys. So I will be hurrying through this, and we'll probably only be able to see 2 games unless switching the key really does speed things up, and Vidra slots one in. So that was not the best start. I'm going to check as well into instructions just quickly after this if I have got use tighter marking. Alright, so that wasn't switched on, which is not ideal. Little problem I've been finding is that players have got in behind it on us a couple of times. I guess for use tighter marking to save, I'm going to have to do that in the tactics before the match. So I'll remember to do that before the next one, as Russell, he gets dispossessed. Diarme with the interception. Shelvey, chance to play out, and does to Jose Perez. Up to Gale, leading the line. Plenty of room to run. He's got the pace, and ooh, wow, okay. I don't know how close that was, actually, but pretty close all in all. And I forced a save out of Carson in the end, or took a deflection. Nice work there. And Bemba picks up. Straight out to, ooh, Gouffran. Nice. So young Gouffran gets a bit of a run. Christian Atsu out for about 5 weeks, I think it was, with an injury. So Gouffran slotting in on the left with Matt Ritchie on the right, the Scotsman. And Gouffran drives that into the bottom corner. So that's a nice goal. Good way to go. Derby with Steve McLaren at the helm. Down in 19th place at the moment. So this is one of those must-win games for us if we want to be challenging. Dwight Gale had a good effort last time, and he slots it in the bottom corner as well. So both corners have been found, and we're up to half-time, and that's only taken a couple of minutes, or just up to half-time. So I think we might be getting these parts down to the kind of length that we want them to be by switching to key rather than extended, which is great, which is what I've always used anyway. I was getting worried about that, thinking, oh, am I going to just do goals only? Because I don't want to do that. Let's just G the lads on. Goals only isn't a lot of fun. I mean, I get a fair amount of information from watching the highlights as to how my team is playing, where we're weak in defence. Not that I can ever do much about it, as is common for my YouTube videos on Football Manager. Perez up to Gale, see if he can make it safe. And nope. But he's enjoying having the space to run into, Dwight Gale. I think his finishing stats, though, are better than his long shot, so he's going to want to get in a little bit closer than that, I think. Always tempting to go for the spectacular. I'm here just taking a sip from my new steel T2 flask, if you can hear something metal in the background. This isn't a paid advertisement. This isn't an advertisement at all, really. I've not been given one. But I went and spent over 50 quid in the end yesterday buying a flask and fancy loose leaf teas from T2 up in Blue Water, who are an Australian company that I've known nothing about until I walked in there, but more tea than you could shake a stick at. And yeah, I filled my boots. Tea's a new thing for me. I've always been a coffee drinker. Always been into my coffee for just wide for a long old time, probably the last 10 years or something. But fancy tea, that's a new thing for me. But I'm really feeling it, and it's a good way to go. But anyway, back to the point. Dwight Gale, he's put his second in. Not quite sure what happened there. I'm going to have to watch the hat-trick. Not watch the hat-trick. Watch the replay, sorry. Hughes, who's been put on the transfer list, has an absolute howler, and Dwight Gale slots in. Okay, so 3-1 cushion. This is more like it after 2 losses and a draw in the last part. Diame well in. No messing around. Shelby so far has been far less involved than Matty James has been, as Russell gets in from behind, and that is a nice little goal. Go out for Johnny Russell there. Gets in behind, beats the left back, and slots it into the back of the net. So nice and comfortable. Going to not sure how the engine noise is going to come across, but just wanted to get a bit of aircon in here for a minute. Let's try and drop the temperature just a little bit, as it's starting to get a bit toasty in my car. One day before November when I'm recording this one, just into November by the time you guys watch this, and it's going to be like Game of Thrones style. Winter is coming. It's going to hit at some point, but it's just waiting for it for the time being. Really good stuff. The same can't be said for that shot, though, from Derby, which goes just wide. And 83 minutes, 84 minutes. I probably left it a bit late to make any switches. But let's see. Who could do with just a little breather? Well, Matty James is still here, so let's throw him in for Diame. And let's have Nugent on just up top. Let's put him in the hole, actually, for Perez. Give Gale the chance for his hat-trick. With his pace against tired legs, it could be possible. Let's put the game beyond doubt. Richie up to Gale. What can he do? Trying to find room for the shot. Deflected. Was it? Oh no. No deflection, so just a terrible effort. Needs to be better on his right foot, Dwight Gale. That's fair enough. Nugent tries to get it through. Vidra looking for his second. Pushed out wide. Into the side netting, and nothing comes of it. Full-time whistle is upcoming and does. So we'll take it. Would have liked a bigger margin there, I think, with the way that we're playing. But that doesn't matter. It's a win away from home. And it's well done to the lads for that one. Now we've got a couple of days before we are back in. Okay, well, one thing that can be said is that now we've switched it to key, I think we can crank out these parts much quicker, kind of to the pace that I'd like to. So the choice is still there, whether we go for 15-20 minute parts or whether we stretch it out a little bit longer. I did get one comment saying about half an hour is probably about right. So if we're to do half an hour, we could probably get 4 games in quite comfortably, the way that this pace is going, maybe even a 5, which would crank us through the season pretty quickly. If it's anything like the Gillingham save, I'd be too demoralised after watching 5 games on the spin. But hopefully with Newcastle we won't have that problem as such. We'll just play this next game against QPR, who are right up there. I think they're second in the table. So we'll see what kind of stead it puts us in after this result. Newcastle player Dwight Gale named to Team of the Week. Good job, bro. So Christian Atsu back in 1 to 6 days. Vernon Nita, well, he's not at the club at the moment anyway. He's out on loan. Let's get into this QPR game then. So if we want to be at the top, we've got to be beating the teams at the top. So Gouffran and Ritchie, Aisa Perez and Gale, Shelby and Diame, and then we've got Lazar, Hanley and Bemba and Gamez with Sells between the sticks. So the usual team pretty much, except Matty James has been replaced by John Joe Shelby, who wants some first team football, while James is throwing his toys out the pram, the new signing. And the annoying thing is, I was thinking he was going to be around for a few years, so I put him on a 50% sell-on clause, just so that we could get it, so that we could afford him for the $2.5 million we had left in the pot. And yeah, I think that's going to backfire on me. I might be able to sell him for 5 and break even, but I'm going to have to. So yeah, going to have fun with that when we get into January. And here we are then, underway against QPR. We're going to build a very early attack, possibly, thinking about it. Blackburn go 1-0 up against Leeds. Coming up to 20 minutes played, no action so far, and we've got a corner to defend. Out to the back, oh, cleared off the line. Wow. You've always got to worry when you give someone time to head down and get the ball at their feet in the box, and that header is well high and wide. Nothing too much for us to worry about. Wouldn't mind a chance on goal though, guys. 25 minutes gone, make that 30, yep. Ball in behind, managed to close him down in the end. And yeah, Chancellor Mbemba has just given away a penalty. That was a little negligent, just sticks out a leg, trips the player. And then Matt Sells, let's see what you got. He's not giving it the grobbler. Not got crazy legs. And, right, okay. Pretty much sidesteps to where it's going and then dives past it. You know, I've got it. Oh, I don't got it. Oh well, not too much you can do about that. I know, it'd be nice if we could create a bloody chance. We haven't had one shot on target, I don't think, during the first half. Let's give the players a bit of roasting, getting back out there. No point changing it for the time being, we just need to get chance in. Let's go for a more attacking formation while we're at it. Diame gets himself in the book. And here we go. Ritchie with the corner. Whips it in. Hanley off the bar. Shelby back out to Ritchie. Whips another one in. I'll get all that Hanley. Go front into Gale. Can't find the space to get a shot off. Sandro gets himself in the book. 60 minutes. Thinking about making some changes, but I don't really know what changes to make at this stage. Just got to stick with the team that's working as Lazar throws it away. I think I catch on the break here now. Don't trip him this time. Careful. I was tempted just to have left that lad alone by the time we gave away the penalty, because I don't think he can finish. Not with an effort like that. So 70 minutes and we've not really had a shot on goal from open play. We had that corner. That's it. Oh, could have got the interception. Sells there to make a save. Alright, let's see if we can build from this then. Throw Nugent on for Gale. See if this does something. Actually, let's put Mitra on. And leave Perez where he is. See what Mitrovic can do then. Up top. Final 15 minutes. Okay, a chance. A rare chance. Lazar into the box. Ritchie brings it down to Diame. Ah, and they got it away. Into Cherry. Oh no, Cousins, sorry. Now to Cherry. His finishing really is abysmal. We should have just let him shoot when he had that penalty effort, because he's pretty much side-footed that to the keeper. And it looks like that's going to be all she wrote. Last chance then, Mbemba up to Mitra. It's taken out, Diame sliding in. Already on a yellow, that was risky. Wins the ball though. And nothing comes of it. Oh, well, this is really disappointing, to say the least. We just didn't get any chances whatsoever. Crazy. I suppose that one from Hanley did go and smack one off the post. Well, alright, I guess we can take that. If that had gone in, it would have been a different story. Would have picked up a point out of it. Well, the penalty decision was great. So Tiote wants a chance in the first team. Well, that's fine. Let's give him a little run out. See what he can do. And I might put him and Shelby in. Put Diame on the bench for the time being, because we don't really need holding midfielders at this stage. Especially after that performance. Well, he just didn't create anything. Got Atsu coming back. He should be fit as well for this Wolves game. Whether he's up to full match fitness, well, that remains to be seen. We might have to go with Gouffran for one more game. Up against Wolves as well, who are above us, 3 points above us. Not too far off where we want to be, i.e. the playoffs. Let's just see where we are in the league, just quickly. It'll be final game of the part. So, we are in 9th place on 11 points. So, Brighton and QPR have extended their lead. They're now 6 ahead of us. Wolves are in that position that we want to be in, so we can potentially leapfrog them and get into the playoffs if nothing else. It's not the route I'd like to go, but at this stage we'll do it. And if we can get ourselves Christian Atsu not going to be fit for the Wolves game. Okay, so Gouffran can keep his place. Tiote and Shelby, Perez, Ritchie, Gale, Lazar, Hanley, Mbemba and Gamez. Right, let's see how we get on here. Team instructions, here we go. Use title marking. I'm going to have to remember to do that in the first screen. Feel a little sorry for Nugent not getting a chance, but to be honest, Dwight Gale's finishing is better and his pace is better, so leading the line, he is the obvious choice. Mitrovic, arguably the most talented striker in the team, apart from maybe Perez. But if you're the solo man up top, then that's the way you have to go. And you know, with what I've seen from Atsu and Ritchie, I wouldn't want to play it any other way than this formation. As of right now, anyway, as we put one into the back of the net, Borthwick Jackson couldn't get it clear, and Ioti Perez puts in his first goal of the season. Playing him in the hole, though, he's found a good role there, pulling some strings for us, just bobbling around in the box, top corner. No messing around with that. Ritchie lost it into Tiote. Heads it into the back of the net. And this, we're 17 minutes in. We've created 2 clear goal stopping goal scoring opportunities which we've stuck into the back of the net, it's a completely different team already against Wolves, who again are right up there towards the top. So this is inexplicable, but standard. Now I get two completely different teams turning up from one game to the next. Now, I'm just cursed. I just shouldn't play Football Manager. I should switch to FIFA or something. Actually, I'll tell you a lie, I did try switching to FIFA and was going to record a My Career series. And yeah, I recorded the first game. Everything crashed, lost it, and kind of abandoned ship on that idea. So if you do want to see a FIFA 17 series, let me know. And then I'll see if I can get a slightly more stable set up for it so that we can record enough parts to get it going. My plan was to take over Manchester United and sign a load of talented young English players and just try and develop, well, homegrown talent, if nothing else, and use the millions for some good use. And I made some good signings. I got James Ward-Prowse, Danny Ings. Who else did I pick up for it? Drinkwater as well in central midfield. I did a straight swap. I think I swapped Rooney for Ross Barkley plus 20 million to fill the attacking central midfield role, the cam role. As Hanley hacks it away, the ball smacked off the post. It looks like this we're going to take a 2-0 lead into half-time, which is good news. As I splash the cash in the transfer window to bring him in, I am going to make one change, and that is not what I want. Overview is what I want. I'm going to throw David Nugent up top for Dwight Garrell and give him a half. Let's see if he can get himself on the score sheet. Perez, intercepted. Chance of Wolves to get at us, and they are trying to. Silvio pushed into a corner, but he gets it out of there somehow. Shelby no messing. Boots it straight to Borthwick Jackson. And Nuadicco just manages to walk that, quite literally I think, into the net. Gets in front of his defender. Oh no, he's used his foot. I thought he just hit him on the bonce from point blank range and it went in that way, but no, he's stuck a boot on that. Fair play. Makes it even more worrying that he's got that much space and time to be able to pull it off. So much for tighter marking, eh lads? And it's always worrying when mark tighter is just a button and it doesn't give you a drop down list for how tight you want the marking to be. Seems like I've got slightly less options there, but in trying to rush these parts out and the like, I haven't taken a full look at what you've got in terms of team and player instructions, and it tends to be, as parts go on, I try and fine-tune those, often to disastrous results, and I shouldn't bother, but it wouldn't be a Football Manager series on the Eclipse Gaming TV channel if I didn't Dicko chance to add to his tally. He's beaten the man, manages to... Oh, Edwards, how have you missed that? I think I'd have bent that top corner, to be fair. So missed opportunity for them, and we're hanging on. John Joe Shelby is blowing a bit, so let's get Diarme on if he's there. I haven't got Diarme to look to. Alright, Jack Colbeck's not fit. Matty James is then for John Joe Shelby. Last 6 or 7 minutes. Get a chance, Matt Ritchie on the free kick to Tiote. To Perez. Nugent gets tripped and dispossessed in the process. Helder Costa trying to cut inside. Doesn't have the room. Door gets shot on him. All's going backwards right now, but Lazar's beaten inside. Helder Costa. Nice for an ambitious shot which drifts well wide and doesn't cause any problems for Matt Sells. Last 4 minutes, ball up to Nugent, who's got plenty of space to work with. Show us your legs, Nugent. And tries to pop one, gets a bit of bend on it, but nowhere near enough, and that's another one which is skewed wide. But looks like we are going to pick up the 3 points here, which we'll take. 2 wins and a loss. Nugent tries to bend it tops. Needs to do better with these chances, Dave Nugent. Brought him in to be a goal scorer. He's got another one here if he can, tries to hold it up. Tiote grabs it though. Out to Gouffran. To Tiote. Cat to Lazar, who wins it. Gouffran trying to squeeze it through, but we've done enough. Final 10 seconds of the game. Pass it around at the back. And it is full time with a 2-1 win. We will take that again. Don't want to lay into players too much. Just say well done for the victory. And then that brings us up to 6. So we're into the playoff spot. We are... Any games in hand? Yeah, everyone's got a game in hand on us. But at least for the time being, we have put ourselves where we want to be to a point into the playoffs. So if we're there, we are at least giving ourselves a fighting chance of making it to where we want to be and into the Premier League in our first season, which is good. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will catch you again tomorrow for another part. And any comments you got for me, drop them in the comment section below. Or drop me a message if you want. I don't get too many at this stage, so I can reply to you all personally. And give the video a like if you have enjoyed it. And if you're new to the series, subscribe to the channel. There'll be lots more from Football Manager. And a few other games here and there as well, which is always good to watch, or hopefully is anyway. Thank you very much, and catch you next time.